And now, it's time to sit back and enjoy the Two True Freaks Internet Radio Broadcast.
Chain Gang. I hear they're terrific.
Woo! Quote the Raven, nevermore.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Look at the size of the giant.
Beat me if you can. Survive if I let you.
You will rest in peace.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Delete! 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 Delete!
You can call this the New World Order of Wrestling, brother. And if you're not done with that, then he's got two words for you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get Back to the Wrestling Freestyle Edition. This time it's me, the Double J, here talking to you about Royal Rumble 2023. And basically, not just talk about that, because I'm sure there's lots of people out there talking all about this stuff. I'm here to talk about the betting odds, because there's nothing I find maybe weirder than betting odds on the Royal Rumble, maybe WrestleMania betting odds and stuff like that, because I understand, like, you can bet on pretty much anything, but this seems kind of weird. Anyway, so let's talk about the women's match first. Rhea Ripley is a 4-6 favorite, which means that you can't win any money basically on her. 4-6, right? That's insane. Usually odds are like 3-1, 2-1, and those would be insane odds. 4-6, it pretty much is guaranteeing if you're betting money on Rhea Ripley that she's winning. And in the last few years, the betting odds have been pretty spot on because let's be honest, those betting sites are not designed to lose money. So whoever they're picking to be the odds-on favorite, again, here and there, maybe it's the numbers 1 and 2, 3, maybe in the odds, have wound up winning the vast majority of years. Number 2 is Becky Lynch at 2-1. Right now, we could see Becky Lynch 2-1, but that's much better odds than 4-6 for Rhea Ripley. Bayley at 10-1, Rachel Rodriguez at 14-1, Little Miss Bliss at 16-1. Charlotte Flair at 16-1. And then you get to some of even at 16-1, I don't think Bliss or Flair are going to win. Rodriguez at 14-1 might work. I just don't think she's there being ready for the push yet. And then you got Naomi, Asuka, Io Sky. They're all 20-1 and Liv Morgan's 25-1. Again, I don't see anything here that really would jump out. To me, I have a feeling it's going to be Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and even Flair at the end. Like, I could see all of them being in the ring at the very end and some schmage, whatever. Rhea Ripley seems poised to be pushed as the big star here. She literally beats up the men on TV and stuff like that. And yes, I understand that, people are like, well, it's 2023, Jay, that can happen. I still understand, but WWE is not really comfortable with having intergender matches yet and things along those lines. But they are pushing the envelope probably as far as they can with her. On the men's side, no one I think will be surprised to hear that Cody Rhodes is the big favorite at 5-4. See, you'll say you're not a booker, you don't know these things. As somebody who would kind of tell a story, it's kind of obvious that Cody Rhodes should win this. as Cody Rhodes was kind of being on a trajectory to actually go until he got hurt. So if Cody Rhodes ends up being the guy who wins and going on facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, okay. The other one that's a real popular one, obviously, is The Rock at 3-1, because everyone's kind of been chomping at the bit to see The Rock and Roman Reigns go at it. I'm not sure about The Rock's shooting schedule for movies or availability. I will guarantee you this. If Cody Rhodes is the one who winds up winning the Rumble tonight, then Cody Rhodes will be at least on TV, and part of it, The Rock will be from here and there, maybe on Raw once in a while, maybe not live, maybe via satellite. It's very hard to nail down Dwayne Johnson's time because he is literally the biggest star in the entire world. The other one that I thought was interesting at 3-1 was Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn works really well, and he is literally the MVP of SmackDown right now. But I don't know if they're ready to push him in that main event spot. Could they? Sure. I just don't know if they're ready to do that. Sami Zayn works really well as the foil. He works really well as part of, as part of the tribal, the whole tribal council and everything else. I get all of that. I do. I'm just not sure if we're ready for WrestleMania main event is going to be Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. I just don't know if that's going to cut it as a WrestleMania main event, especially when the other options might be The Rock versus Roman Reigns, which is really mainstream media going crazy, or even Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. The idea that Cody trying to fulfill his dad's destiny of becoming the WWF or WWE champion, being able to go to that level. The other favorite, Seth Rollins, is 16-1. I would hate to see Seth Rollins win this thing. Nothing personally against Seth Rollins, although I liked him much better when he was younger, and he's kind of gotten annoying. And a lot of it's probably his character or lack thereof character. Bobby Lashley, of course, I always loved, but at 20-1, McIntyre at 25-1, Lesnar at 25-1, Owens at 25-1, and even Logan Paul at 33-1. Those odds are getting kind of slim. Remember, these sites do not want to lose money, kind of thing. And any betting site, whether you're betting through like Unibet or DraftKings or whatever, and again, none of those are sponsored, nor do I bet through any of those sites, nor would I, especially on wrestling. The idea, though, is that they're not looking to lose money. So at someone at 33-1, if someone like Logan Paul managed to pull this out and someone put down a couple grand, that site's losing money. Yes, they're still taking in money on a lot of other bets, but they're not designed to lose money. That is why when there's big upsets, especially in not so much in boxing, it's much more in MMA, when like world title fights and stuff like that, when there's big upsets there, it's a big payout. Or if you have a situation like a couple weeks ago where you're up 27-0 at the half and Jacksonville manages to come to win that game, there's millions of dollars to be lost and won, that way. And again, those are the outliers. Those want to happen so infrequently because these sites don't want to lose cash here. The real issue to me, looking at this, is I would have no problem with either Cody or The Rock winning the men's side. I mean, I don't have a problem with Sami Zayn per se. I'm just not sure if that's the event they're going to push. On the women's side, Rhea Ripley is literally, she's there. I mean, she's the best thing going in that division. It's a shame, honestly, and I know there's a lot of other mitigating circumstances that like Toni Storm isn't there and stuff like that, but a healthy Becky Lynch, a healthy Bayley, Raquel Rodriguez, those people, all those women are all good in the ring. It's not that they're not. It's just that I think Rhea Ripley shows that she can stand above them. Honestly, I'm kind of getting a little tired of Charlotte Flair. I know I'm not in the minority on that. There's definitely other people who are tired of her as well, mostly because she's been shoved down her throat. The same thing started to happen with Becky Lynch until she went, like when she was the man, everyone was like, yeah, and then she got pregnant and went away. And it's just, that happens with wrestlers. People get very tired and as we always just, as you'll hear sometimes, how can I miss you if you won't go away? And then you go away and you come back and like, oh, great. But like, you kind of need a fresh coat of paint. And whether or not that's the case with any of these women, I think it's just hard. It's just hard because it's a lot of the same faces over and over again. And Rhea Ripley was such a breath of fresh air when she came in, and she looks very impressive in Rumbles. Could there be some major, could they really swerve us here? Could it be Liv Morgan? I just don't know. Every time they give Morgan a shot with the ball, it's not that she drops the ball. It's just that she just doesn't ever truly connect beyond what she's already done. I think she has a good look. I mean, personality wise, when you hear her talk, like outside of the, like when it's not in character, she seems like a very personable and caring person, but I don't think that's what they're looking for, necessarily in a ring. The other issue becomes too, is that the names, notice that a lot of the names I was mentioning, right, are the same names over and over and over again with the women. And then the men's side that happens too. I understand that you get main event draws, but someone like a Bobby Lashley, who could very well be world heavyweight champion, I just don't think they're going to give him a shot. I don't think they're going to give Drew McIntyre another shot, because McIntyre, every time they give him a shot, he just doesn't. He has every single tool you would want in a professional wrestler. He just doesn't seem to have the it, and that's so hard. And as much as some people will swear up and down a stack of Bibles that Cody Rhodes has nothing, Cody Rhodes has an it factor that whether you like Cody Rhodes or you don't like Cody Rhodes, he still manages to draw a lot out of the crowd. I mean, yes, I understand it's the AEW thing, and I understand all the stuff, and it's the, the son of a plumber and all this. Like, I understand that. But like, Cody manages still, when he's out there, people pay attention. That was not the case in AEW. He started getting booed there because they want to see, we want to see the Bucks. We want to see this. Well, now look at AEW. Now you have the Bucks and Kenny Omega. And I know some of you probably love them. It's great. It's fine. You're welcome to your opinion. They're stale and they're boring, right? And Cody was getting stale and boring. I understand it's his wife, but Brandy was not helping that situation. So whether that's the case or not, and whether WWE, kind of knows, let's keep Brandy out of the limelight because she's not going to help. I get it. You're not being fair to her. She's not the answer. It's not like this is not 1985. Randy Savage now has Miss Elizabeth. This is a big thing. Like, this is not the same thing, guys. It's not the same thing. I'm not trying to degrade Brandy in any way as a person. I'm just saying I don't think she understands what she or no one's writing her in a way that she can be sympathetic in any way or any of that stuff. If you don't believe me, go back and watch some AEW when she was there. She was being booed out of the building. They're cheering for Dan Lambert. Dan freaking Lambert is getting cheered over her. No one likes Dan Lambert. Even his dog doesn't like him. So I'm just saying is like, whatever it might happen tonight, however this might go, I kind of was just looking at the betting lines. I always check them out beforehand. Again, if it's Cody Rhodes at 5-4, that makes perfect sense. They're going to lose the least amount of money on that on the betting sites. People might make a little bit of cash, but it's not much. I could see The Rock. I 100% could see The Rock here. I think The Rock and Roman Reigns is the biggest money draw you're going to have. There's no bigger draw than The Rock, period. And The Rock versus Roman Reigns would be a huge, the family split, the whole night. You could run with that. I just don't know if that's going to be able to happen. And I mean, would it be cool if it was Sami Zayn? Yes. The same way that I thought it was going to be cool when it was going to be Santino Marella, sneaking up at the end and throwing out whoever. But then you start thinking, like, how are you going to make money with this? And some of you might say, Jay, they don't care how they make money. McMahon's going to sell this thing to the Saudis, and who gives it? I'm just saying is, if you're trying to make money now, if you're trying to book something that's going to get your company to not be worth just $5 billion, but $8 or $10 billion, you want to have eyes on you. You want people to be talking about you. You want free publicity. I don't know if Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns is anything people want to see. I don't know if necessarily anyone really wants to see Charlotte again. I don't know if those are really the things, because how I feel as a wrestling fan for the, well over 40 years is different than some of the younger people feel, or are people even watching, and that's, you have to ask yourselves those questions too. Anyway, folks, Royal Rumble is my absolute favorite event of the year. I know we've talked about this before. My brother Luke is a huge Survivor Series fan, always loved it. I mean, WrestleMania is WrestleMania. WrestleMania is just WrestleMania. And SummerSlam is always like, oh, I forgot about SummerSlam. I have been a Royal Rumble mark my whole life. I know Luke is a huge one. I know Chris Hero is. A lot of you guys are. Rumble is just one of those things. It's just so cool. Yes, we've seen some of the absolute classics. I again rewatched Ric Flair winning the world title. I watch it every year. It's my absolute favorite thing. When I'm in the middle of treatment and I'm not feeling well, I'll often pop that on. If I have an hour or so, or like an hour or two of chemo, that'll pop that on. Even if I just listen to it, I can kind of zone in and out. I know that match inside and out. Why? Because the Rumble itself allows for so many different storylines. Could we get some really great storylines coming out of tonight? I'm hoping so. Could we get kind of the same old song and dance? I'm afraid that might happen because we know who's running things. This is still WWE. But what do you guys think? Let me hear your opinions right in. I know this is a freestyle episode and it's just me here, but I would love to hear from you guys. I hear Get Back to the Wrestling. We are all about the fans and all about what you guys said. So let us hit us up on Facebook, shoot us an email, check us out on YouTube. Just want to make sure, also mention very quickly, coming up February 12th, Go Fight Pal, the official card game of Get Back to the Wrestling, will start its latest Kickstarter. This is the biggest Kickstarter they've ever done. Also, be on the lookout for Mars Madness 2023, the annual tournament. We are doing Selection Sunday. That is actually dropping tomorrow on the 29th. And then we will have all the information so you can send in those to win a chance to win a great prize pack based on the Kickstarter and all the Go Fight Pal, universe we're in. So we'd like to, support those guys and please help them out by helping us spread the word. So folks, thank you very much to hear me ramble about betting odds and Royal Rumbles and whatever. Hopefully we'll be able to get back and we're going to try out. We're always looking for new content. If you have stuff, let us know. So folks, like we say here at Get Back to the Wrestling, we'll see you at the matches.
Are you going to take care of Ron Killens?
What kind of disgusting, despicable lack of respect is that Billy What's-His-Name show booking a match for the total package Lex Luger and Super Brawl? Super Saturday? What is it? I don't know what it's called. What is it called?
Super Brawl Saturday.
Super Brawl Saturday? Can he afford to pay me to wrestle Ron? I don't know. I'm one of the biggest legends and stars ever in this. God! And your t-shirts are too tight too, Billy! And you book a match with me against Ron Killens? Look at me! I'm a total package! I will rip him apart! I'm pissed now!
No, don't you walk away from me, Daniel. Don't you walk away. I'm the one that loves the fans. I'm the one that loves everyone and everything. You're the one that gets up and walks away every single time. You're the coward. Will you stop?